What is up with it? Today we are back. We are going to be watching top 4 of the Mullheim Regional, Mauzio versus JPEGs. You can find this on One Piece Card Game Central if you want to watch any more of the games. But this is actually a very special video. I'm actually joined by Mauzio himself. Please introduce yourself.
Yes, hello. Thanks for having me, first of all.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
coming on. And some background on Mauzio. He obviously, at minimum, top 4 in this event. We'll see if he wins or not. And also the weekend or 2 weeks before that, you also did pretty well with Shanks. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. In London, I did the top 4
Wow.
also.
Basically
Then
back to back top 4s.
back to back, it's crazy. Yeah,
That's
I was just stopped by Flash. You probably know
oh,
him.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, he was on a demon run that day, so like
That was crazy. We faced like in the last round of Swiss
mhm.
or the second to last, and then in the top 4. Yeah, it was
Mhm.
crazy. This
Damn.
guy.
And normally, we don't really get to talk about deck lists, but since I have you here, I'm looking at this deck list. It's a little interesting to me. A few things that I'm noticing off the bat: only 3 of the 10 drop rush shanks and 1 of the bomb shanks. I'd love to hear like why you decided that ratio specifically.
Yeah, so I played a lot with Shanks, tested out a lot of things. Obviously, I see the Red Hawk laugh from
Mm-hmm.
the NA region a
Mm-hmm.
lot. It's not too popular here in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So I tested like the search engine with Nami, the search engine with Uta, no search engine at all, and ended up having most success with the Uta search engine. So that's what I came up with. I wanted to play the Utah and played around it. Don't want to be under 20 targets for it. And so this list is a little bit different than the list 2 weeks ago in London.
Mm-hmm.
So I was running a playset of the Tenkos Rush Shanks, but this was one of the few changes. So I cut one of the Shanks to add one more 8-cost dragon just to be more confident to the Blackbeard matchup, and
Mm-hmm.
also for the mirror. So London was like the leader spread 20% Shanks and 15% Blackbeard. So this was the 2 matchups I would face the most. That's what I thought. So I would like add the 3rd dragon in favor of one of the Tankos Shanks because the Tankos Shanks is pretty good into Pluffy and Dofi, and obviously Blackbeard, but the 8-cost dragon just does so much work into those matchups too. So that's was one of the changes.
Mm-hmm.
The Tankos Bomb Shanks was there because I run the searcher, the red hair searcher, so it is always an option to grab him or not. And he's very good into the Lucci, which was more popular than I thought. So I wanted to have this option. It's also pretty good into Yellow Kit. And in some cases, when you have to go first in the mirror, the only way, if the opponent finds the Tenkos on curve, to answer that is by playing the Hongo first and then answer it with the Bomb Shanks so
Mm-hmm.
that you get the momentum back.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And then your 5 drop lineup is also pretty interesting. You're not running any aces or Marcos and only 2 Yasop and 2 Rayleigh. What did you run that same ratio both here and at London, or what made you decide that?
Yeah, so obviously the most contested spot in the Shanks deck is the 5-cost
Mm-hmm.
slot. So obviously the chill Luffy, as we call him, is like the best in slot 5-drop, like
Mm-hmm.
no doubt. Yasop is really it's just there because it's searchable, really. So I Uta is there to fix my curve, and I want to play like a 5-drop pretty consistently, so that's why I added Yasop. He's really only good into Doffy going first, and other than that, I always want to play the Luffy. So I opted for Marco and Ace. Ace not so much. I rather play Marco if any. But then again, it's like with the Shanks list, it might seem like it's not that hard, but when you add like something like Marco, you have to build the deck completely different. Like with Marcos, I would also play like Building Snakes and maybe then the Red Hawks and more event heavy, and that would just change the core of the deck. So that's why I opted against it. And then obviously the last slot, the one off 5-cost Rayleigh only. That was the one change. I was back in London. I was playing 3 Yasop, 0 Rayleighs, and I tested it because that was the one card that was missing in the tournament. And the 5-drop Rayleigh is just, it's so clutch. It's on curve okay because it's also like a 6k body who can block and also attack. But in the late game, especially against Dofi in the mirror, it's just an insane card. If you have the board, if you have the big buddies on the board, just to get that one extra turn to survive is golden.
Yeah, so, for sure.
Yeah, that's also one of the. If I would play again with this deck, I would probably just cut the Yasop completely and just play 3 of Silver's Rayleighs. This card is too good.
Yeah, too good. Absolutely. Okay, yeah, let's hop in the game. Do you remember who won die roll here, or who had die roll advantage based on seeding?
Yes, so JPEGs I also faced in the Swiss rounds.
Oh wow!
And he was my first loss in round 5. He ended up being 3rd after Swiss, and I was 14th. So he was the highest seed by far.
Okay.
So he chose to go first here.
He chose to go first. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not sure if you guys kept or mulliganed, but he passed on his 1-Don turn, and it looks like you're gonna start off with an Uta.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess we are grabbing the Rue. I was going to say, I imagine we're not really looking for Lucky Rue here. But it might have been the only thing in there. I thought I saw like maybe a Hongo or something. Do you like having the Lucky Rue for the 4-Don turn?
So normally like the 4-Don turn is pretty flexible. You can hit big on the body, which I like the most. I think I would never, in this situation, I would never go 5 phase and play the Lucky Rue, like never ever.
Yeah.
So the only alternative is I play the 3-cost Sanji. So you can go 6 into Weevil, play the Sanji. But I rather have the body out of them. Lucky Rue is just when you play Lucky Rue and the opponent plays like 4-drop, Teach, Bounce Law, Bounce Lucky Rue, it's just game over.
It's too good. Oh. And he's hitting you with the Moria Weevil combo. This is my favorite combo in the deck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Focus Moria, too good.
Yeah. Okay, so he has a very, very strong start here. And so on this 6-Don turn, would you normally be looking for are you looking for the Luffy the most here, or do you prefer the Yasop? Like, what do you think is your ideal turn here?
So here is probably still the Luffy to put some pressure on the Weevil. Like the Yasop is still only a 7k swing into Weevil, and then it just get bounced by Jozu. So I was pretty happy to have the Sanji in hand here, because that's the play I like the most, because Doffy going first, playing the Teach is going out of resources pretty quickly. If you start swinging 8s to 6 or 7 to 5s. So swing a huge on the Weevil and play the Sanji is pretty good. If I had a five, I don't know if I have a 5-drop. I tried to keep my hand very open for the camera.
I didn't see one
But
in
just
there. No, I didn't see one in
yeah,
there. There
yeah.
was a 10
So
Shanks. There's a couple Sanjis, it looked
yeah,
like. Yeah.
yeah. So I would always rather play the Luffy here because I I assume it's gonna get bounced, and then Luffy did more damage than Yasop to his board.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have the 6k stat line then on my leader, but he can still swing like with 7 Dawn, still have something open.
Mm-hmm.
So always Luffy over Yasop, I think.
I wonder
I
what
don't
he's
think.
thinking about here. Does he not have? No, he does have a 2K. I feel like, to me
Yeah,
personally, this feels like a pretty easy counter.
yeah, probably.
Yeah. Okay. And he gets there.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because I feel like I just want to, like, a Jozu bounce my own Gecko and, like, redraw the
yep,
2K. Like, I feel
yep.
like that feels like a pretty easy turn to me personally.
Yeah,
Or I guess we can bounce our own Weevil if we don't end up swinging the Moria. It kind of depends on when you decide to leader effect if we swing this Moria or not.
yes, exactly.
And I don't think there's any 2Ks in your hand. So it's possible if JPEG starts with a 6, are you considering using leader effect 1K?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
that's what I did. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
there
Yeah,
we go. So yeah, now we can swing the Moria.
yeah, yeah. I think, and this is why I think I
Oh.
mulliganed this hand also.
Okay, so
Always look for at least
he's
one.
just gonna play the boa, which I actually think is extremely reasonable. I forgot that he had the boa in hand. I think this is
Yeah.
probably a bit better than
So I
playing the
trust you in
Jozu.
everything you say about the Doflamingo. Like I played the deck. I
Mhm,
played the deck. I love the lead. I played since OP03, but it didn't get the hang of me with
mhm,
the full aggro package.
mhm.
So everything he does is on your is on your criticism.
That's okay. I think I've been known to play a little bit of Doflamingo,
Yeah,
so
yeah, for sure.
hopefully I can give enough insight for the audience. I don't know. They might not trust my Doflamingo insights. Hard to say. Okay, so you're gonna
Why
zero
would
cost
they?
here. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
the champion.
That was a long time ago. I'm washed now.
Long time ago. Felt like yesterday, no?
Yeah, it does. It does. Okay, so now you're going
So
into, this is the 8 Dawn turn.
yeah,
Okay.
8 on turn
Hmm.
without a Rayleigh.
Without a
Do the
Rayleigh.
best out of it. Like I have a full house in my hand, I think. No 2k, 3 backmans, but try to do the best out of it.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, the 6k, the 2k ask here
Hmm.
first.
And then 6. He's going to counter out of this one 100%.
Yeah, he should.
And then you're gonna lose your Beckman here. So this is a game that is going like 100,000% in the Doflamingo's favor currently. You're gonna need a lot of help
Yeah,
here, I think.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah, he.
and he has the
Yeah,
Red Rock. I would be very very surprised if you find a way to win this game. No
yeah,
spoilers
he
though.
opened. No spoilers. No, he had a pretty good start. Obviously, me not
Mm.
farming the Rayleigh on curve hurts a little bit here because and not having any 2Ks.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. Basically everything that he could want to happen has happened, and everything you would not want to happen has happened. So
yeah,
like if you win this game, it's like maybe Doflamingo's a bad deck. Because like bro has actually found everything he could ask for. You haven't really found your 2Ks, you haven't hit your curve. Like
yeah.
if he can't win this game, then Doflamingo bad deck.
What game should he win?
Yeah, what game is he supposed to win if he can't win
Yeah,
this one? This one is like kind of a landslide.
yeah. But then, like seeing those games, I wasn't playing Shanks a lot in OP09 pre-ban.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot imagine how Shanks should win against the Doflamingo with Jimbei around. It's like,
It was very, very hard for them. It was
yeah,
very, very hard for them.
yeah.
I don't even think I ever lost to a Shanks in bracket in all of '09. Like,
Oh wow.
like not in a treasure cup, not in a regional. I did lose one time in the LCQ, and like he went first. He red hawked me on 3. He jammed 9 on 4. I think Yasoped on 6. He rallied on 8. He shanksed on 10. He Rayleigh red hawked on 12. He Rayleigh red hawked on 14.
Okay.
So he triple Rayleigh, triple red hawked me. So that was
Okay.
I mean, yeah,
That's,
he got there.
that's the one in a million.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange saw for him.
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah.
nuts. It was pretty nuts.
Yeah, I guess that's why people are still playing Red Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
They have like the trauma from OP09,
Mm-hmm.
from the Doflamingos. They need the Red Hawk. I feel like obviously it's pretty good in the matchup,
Mm-hmm.
but that's honestly it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I never felt like I miss the Red Hawk in any other matchups.
Mm-hmm.
And still without Red Hawks, like you can win against Doflamingo, so that's why I opted against it completely.
Yeah. I agree. I agree for sure. All right, so he's gonna deal another damage.
Yeah, full board, 7k.
Yeah, you're so gooped here. You're so gooped here.
My first 2k, I think.
I think you had one more earlier, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, and he's willing to swing the teach here, which is
Yeah.
a little interesting.
That's pretty weird.
I guess the reason why he decided to do it was just because his hand had no more warlords. So like he figures like this teach isn't doing a whole lot anyways.
Yeah. And asked for another card.
Mm-hmm.
I was also down like 2-3 cards.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably the reason.
Yeah, it seems reasonable. Or he does
So
have
here,
this
obviously,
boa.
obviously no other choice for me
Mm-hmm.
other than play the tank cost.
Yeah,
My
have to
last
do it.
resort.
Yeah, really no playable cards in your hand otherwise.
No.
And it is just going to get red rocked, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's also something like with the ban of Jimbei and then the rise of Blackbeard. Like before in OPO9, I think Red Rock was like a tech choice of 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And now it's like a staple of at least 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So that made the matchup a little bit harder now for Shanks. Because you then lose all your momentum instantly.
Yeah, 100%. Like
they have like as many red rocks so that they red rock your Rayleigh and then red rock your Shanks. There's nothing.
Because most people are on 4. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it does make sense. Red rocking a 10 drop Rush Shanks is like only like a 3 or 4 don play. Because your characters are gonna get reduced by 1. So you just get the don back, basically.
Yep. Basically, yeah. Because it's minusing your whole board. Okay, so we're gonna blind flip here. And it's another red rock, which is kind of bittersweet for you, because on one hand, he didn't get a body. On the other hand, you're not allowed to play any more bombs this game, but you don't have any anyways, so that's fine.
Yeah.
You're actually... Oh, wait, no, you do have one more.
I have one more. I have one more, but then I have like no life, one blocker. I think I know there's a red rock coming. So the only reason, like, people asked me why I didn't scoop this game just to play like 2 more games out. I felt like I needed to use at least this turn to give some information or take some information. So we'll see what I do this turn. I mean, I know I'm obviously dead.
Yeah, I actually am super confused you haven't conceded. I feel like I would have, especially like I've only played in one top cut, But like I know that like a big mistake that I made in that top cut was like I didn't concede game one fast enough. And
Yeah.
especially like considering the matchup dynamics of like he's gonna typically be the more aggressive deck. Like that
Yeah.
means that he should be favored in a time situation a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like this is like kind of a huge mistake wasting time here. Like losing game
Yeah.
one, but like
Yeah.
taking
So
longer.
yeah. So I knew like we'd be finished in like 15 minutes. So we
Hmm.
only took 30 minutes from here. So it's enough time.
Oh,
I
this is
wanted.
also an hour. It's not just
Yeah.
45
Yeah.
minutes.
No. No.
Okay.
No. It's an hour. It's an hour
Okay.
plus 10 minutes in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
So I played this was like my third best of three against Dofi and
Mm-hmm.
all ended in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to take this turn to fake the Dawn. So it's without open deck list. So
Oh,
he
okay.
doesn't know if I ran any events.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I want to like with the one Dawn at least give him the
Idea that.
chance
Mm-hmm.
to play around like Divine Departure,
But
etc.
then you show him it's not in there. Okay. Okay.
He didn't really look at it, so
Okay.
it was
Okay. I want him to think that maybe I have divine departure in hand, and then I'll show him it's not. Is crazy work.
yeah. So this obviously a massacre game one. So he's like at 4 life or something,
Yeah.
but
I think he was at 5 life actually.
or 5. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Doffy going first seeing the curve. It's like it's
Pretty
pretty
good.
strong
It's
still.
pretty good,
Yeah,
I think. And of course you missed curve as well, so like that was even better
yeah,
for him. Yeah,
yeah.
that was an absolute massacre.
So here I debate along on keeping the hand.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's something like I heard a lot of Shanks players they always come to me like how do you perform on Shanks? How
Mm-hmm.
does it work? It just bricks all the time. I have my starting hand with like 4 bricks, I end with 8 bricks.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that? And it's like I think a big portion is like the mulligan already. So Shanks and the cards Shanks play are very good on their own. So it's like if you have a playable hand, you're good to go. So you don't have to be like aggressively mulliganing or being greedy for X cards. As long as you have like a playable hand like a 2k or 2 1 high drop, you're really good to go. And I think a lot of the Shanks players do the mistake in mulliganing hands they could have kept and then draw into absolute abomination of hands.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw my hand, I saw like I have a 3, a 7 at
Mm-hmm.
least,
Mm-hmm.
and one 2k, so I can at least counter the first attack. I can play 2 cards at least, and I have a high drop, so that's why I ended up keeping it,
Mm-hmm.
just
Yeah,
to be able to play the game.
seems super reasonable to me. Okay. And we mulligan. Do we have a Jozu? I think we have a couple Sengokus, so definitely some cards that we like to see in the Doflamingo's hand. There's a Boa as well, which we like to see. So he's actually finding a pretty decent curve here, especially if there's two Sengokus there. I wasn't sure if there was one or two. This is just very clearly a 2K. Okay, there's only one Sengoku.
Yeah, there's no other.
Okay.
But there's no teach yet.
Yeah, no teach. But that's not necessarily the end of the world for him. Um, it's not ideal, obviously, but he can, if he wants to, like play Boa on 4 and then Jozu on 6, which is not like the worst thing ever. Okay, but he's gonna grab
Yeah.
and play the
Yeah.
the buggy, which I also think is extremely reasonable.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, the 1 drops are very annoying.
mm-hmm.
Like the fodder for the 4 cost law into 6 cost Joes without losing tempo and keeping the card advantage.
Yep. I always say Sengoku is basically the best card in the deck. It's so broken.
Yeah. Yeah, here I have a longer chat with one of my Dofi buddies,
Mm-hmm.
whether to swing or not on 3 Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I don't want to swing because I don't want to give the resources that
Mm-hmm.
early on, but I
Mm-hmm.
feel like it's the one swing Doflamingo always takes,
Yep.
and at some point I have to finish him.
Mm-hmm.
So I opted to always swing 5 in the first turn if I have the
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
sign.
weird because it's like I agree that you're probably supposed to, but at the same time, as the Doflamingo player, I'm always happy when they do it.
Yeah, 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 for
So
sure.
so
For
it's
sure.
like it's really weird because it's like the Shanks player probably has to do it, but like the Doflamingo player is like pretty thrilled that they do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so here obviously at this point, never swinging face again if there's a
Hmm.
rested body.
And I think you. Oh no, you top deck
Yeah,
the 5 drop. You're the goat.
I think I got it from the live or the
Mm.
top deck,
Mm-hmm.
one for both. So the alternative would be to swing big into Weevil, or I don't know. Sometimes I like to play Hongo if I have it.
Mm-hmm.
So at least it's on the board. He doesn't like it to bounce,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets his value over time. So that's something I don't have in Hongo either. But then I would have just dropped the chopper, even though it could get bounced.
Mm-hmm.
At least have something on the board, swing 6 2 times still. But obviously the Luffy is the best here.
Yeah.
Like Yasop is probably a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Because Yasop is so good going first into Doffy. Even if he bounces with Jozu,
Mm-hmm.
he can do teach if he would have had one, and
Mm-hmm.
even if he has a 6k body on the field, he can't even do this swing. So Yasop on curve basically gives you 1 turn,
Yep.
which is huge in the matchup.
Okay, so he is just gonna play Jozu here, which makes sense. I wonder if he was really supposed to give up the one Jozu that he did. I understand that like from his perspective, he was probably thinking like I already have one, like I don't need another one, and like fair enough, that's true, and like he's not necessarily gonna get punished because like you actually you might not even play the Beckman here. But like my thought is like if the opponent does ever miss the Beckman here, they're gonna play another 5 drop, and being able to establish like 2 Jozus is really strong. So I almost
Yeah.
wonder if like he should have not countered with the Jozu and maybe like countered with the law that he used before instead. Because like
Yeah.
law is just ultimately like not that important in this matchup. Okay,
Yeah,
you're gonna
especially
swing
going first.
five
For
here.
Shanks.
Okay, so you are
Yeah,
gonna decide to play the Beckman.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just because for the backman he does need to have the 7 cost,
Mm-hmm.
which he haven't searched, I
Yeah,
think.
he has
Or
not
did he
searched it.
search? Yeah, so I played the backman. If I played the 5 cost again, like Jozo would have done it, bounce it again, so at least he has to find the Dofi. And without having a T, just it's not too much of a catastrophe. So even if he have the 7 cost, he can just swing 7 and 6,
This is really
something like
interesting.
this.
He's really favoring the law. I mean, we'll see if this law really comes up, but he's definitely used multiple cards to counter so far. Before I would have used the law on both of these 2 swings that he's countered, and he's
Mhm.
used things that I would have kept over the law. So I'm interested to see if this law ever comes up. Maybe he's skill diffing me right now.
I mean, I don't know if he played the perfume.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Some lists cut them,
Mm-hmm.
some lists add them back in.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe he keeps it because he maybe doesn't know I run the 5 cost rarely, and the Lucky Roo is my only defense
Blocker.
in the
Mm-hmm.
late game. Yeah, the only blocker. So maybe that's why he keeps him. I don't know.
Yeah, I just kind of feel like before that comes up, he's gonna have so much time. Also, playing the Sengoku here is really interesting as well. I'm kind of surprised he's not just swinging 6. Maybe I wonder what he's like really looking for here. Because like he's always playing the 7 drop Doflamingo here. Like
Yeah,
he should always be at least.
yeah.
Oh, you leader
yeah,
affected.
yeah,
Never
yeah,
mind.
yeah, I
Yeah, you
already
leader.
used leader
Yeah,
effect.
okay.
Yeah, I
Then never
already
mind.
used.
The Sengoku is amazing then. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so he's playing it down and you know it's coming down. You're
Yep.
don't look too
Yep.
thrilled about it.
So this is exactly the situation where
Mhm.
there are like some really good Doffy players who opt to go second against Shanks
Mhm.
right now
Mhm.
because they want exactly this board state.
Mhm.
So my Rayleigh is basically useless
Yep.
in this state with 2/7s. So I was pretty happy to get the dragon because he's just amazing in this spot.
Mhm.
Because I can swing like big on the Jozo and effectively have a Rayleigh effect on the 7k.
Mhm.
And I'm still on 4 life here, so highest prio is that the least swings possible from the Doffy player.
Mhm.
So this Jozo needs to die. So I touched
100%.
everything there.
Yeah, so 12 and the 7. I have to imagine this is dead. I mean, he can counter out of it.
Yeah, you should.
He can. I actually think it's pretty reasonable for him to counter. The one issue with him countering is like he's going to have to both counter this and probably the Sweenet life, so you're going to demand 4 cards from him, which is kind of
Yep.
a lot. But
Yeah.
I don't hate the counter. I don't hate the counter for sure. It's just really scary for him if he chooses to counter this and then take the life, because now like I don't think he has an out to this dragon.
Yep.
So you'll just have
I
like a
think
9k swing every turn.
yeah. I think there's a red rock. Yeah, he gives me 3 2Ks.
Oh, is there a red rock?
Is there?
No, I think that's a
Oh,
gravity
it's a
blade.
gravity. It's a
Yeah.
gravity. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Oh my god, I hate Twitch. All right. So Swan 12 swinging 5. Now he's considering if he's going to counter out of this. Oh, he's going to take. That seems so scary to me.
Gonna take, yeah.
Like if he was able to remove the dragon, then I think it's not scary at all. Like it's extremely reasonable to go down to 2 because like he'll have probably 3 bodies and you'll have 0.
Yep.
But like with the idea that like you get to keep the dragon, it feels very scary. But I always have the mindset of I counter out of attack, I lose card, I take hit, I get card. So I understand where he's coming from. I like getting a card too. I like getting a card too.
Yeah. Maybe his thought is like he has 2 7Ks which gonna deal damage like in 2 turns. And I still need a rusher, an attacker, to finish the game like next turn. And if he pressures me enough here, I have to go for game. And he still has enough counter power in hand. Maybe that's his thought. Like if he just keeps on swinging like 7 7 7, play 2 buddies or stuff like that, I can't just ignore the board. I have to go for game. And maybe that's like his bait here.
8 as the first swing is really interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting, but it's probably right because, and I think I will counter out of this, because I'm at 7 now on hand size, and I'm like my hand is really good right now. My hand is really good. So the only thing I think losing this match is to eat a pudding. So that's why I opted to counter out of the first 8 here, just so not
to play
taking
around the
8.
pudding.
Yeah, play around the pudding. It's
Okay.
like my hand is so good. I feel like I'm pretty confident in this spot with 4 life and this hand. So the only spot losing this game is like getting a pudding on 8. So that's why I counter out of this one.
That makes a lot of sense. So I wonder if he was just entirely trying to bluff the pudding or what his plan was if you took.
Yeah, so there's no pudding in his hand.
Yeah, there's no pudding in his hand. So I'm kind of wondering like what his plan was if you took. Cuz I'm not like I'm not seeing the vision necessarily.
Yeah.
Like I guess he could go 8 8. I guess he could have gone 8 8 9 play the Boa leader skill. That's probably what he was gonna do, I think, actually. Okay, there's the aforementioned pudding. He can play Law off the top here and draw his Sengoku. Not the worst thing of all time. It's not like the best hit, but it's not the worst either. Drawing your Sengoku is always pretty decent.
Yep.
And he can
The
even,
double card advantage.
I think he even has enough Dawn where he could replay the Sengoku if he wants to. I'm fairly certain.
Yeah. So 4
Oh,
left.
actually, it looks like he's thinking of not doing that. Looks like he's thinking of maybe just hitting the Mihawk. Or he might actually. Oh, he's playing Teach. Okay, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Playing Teach just because he wants to be able to swing bigger next turn. I think that's reasonable. Yeah, this is a pretty reasonable play. Swing 9. It allows him to swing a little bit bigger here. He's also able to pressure you a little bit more next turn. He doesn't necessarily need the free card off the top of the deck. Yeah, this is extremely reasonable. He has to try and kill you, so.
And also gets like the 6k on the field,
Mm-hmm.
which is otherwise stuck in his hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like this play from JPEGs a lot, actually. Okay, so now you, what do you have in hand? What are your options this turn?
I think I have a 10 drop,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's the bomb Shanks, so it doesn't do much here.
No.
So Rayleigh sometimes it's just better than a 10 drop.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you can counter out of swings, like Rayleigh you can't really counter out against.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure I want to play the Rayleigh here. I just
Mm-hmm.
think about how I reduce and how I KO. So that's like the never-ending story. Do I
Mm-hmm.
KO the 6k I reduce with Rayleigh,
Mm-hmm.
or do I KO the standing Teach there?
Mm-hmm.
And it's always like if I need to fear the bodies, I clear them
Mm-hmm.
because they just keep on standing and keep on swinging the next turn after. And if he's low on hand size, which he should be right now because he counted out a lot, I sometimes opt to keep the Teach standing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So and also because the boar is an active blocker, I think I'm gonna go ahead and KO the boar here.
Yeah.
Just to be able to swing on the rested 7k buddies.
These are cool.
Yeah, they always have them at No Heroes.
Oh, really? That's sick.
The markers. Yeah, yeah. They even have the logo of them on the side.
Dang.
Yeah,
We're not
yeah.
getting these in NA. I'll tell you that right now. We are not getting these in NA.
They have it from the BY Luffy times. They always needed them for like
Mm-hmm.
+2, +4.
That makes sense. Okay, so now you're gonna go 9 at 7.
Yeah. 9 at 7, try to keep this one off the board.
Mm-hmm.
And deciding then either he counters out or not, what I will do with my next swing.
Yeah. He definitely has to counter out.
He has to counter out the 7k,
Yeah.
is too valuable.
Yeah. And he should
That's...
for sure be giving away this lot this time, I think. Yeah. And he does.
So now I have a huge decision here. Like
Mm-hmm.
taking out the Jozu,
Mm-hmm.
being greedy on the Weevil,
Mm-hmm.
or what I thought about last, but what I decided on to do
Mm-hmm.
is like he has 3 big buddies here.
Mm-hmm.
If he can defend the Jozu, I'm in a pretty bad spot.
Mm-hmm.
My hand is pretty healthy. I still have 2 life and 2 big buddies on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have to put a clock on him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I decided to finally at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm gonna swing,
You will
but
eventually.
I will eventually. But it was always between Josu or Face here actually. So,
Mm.
and I decided to go Face
Mm-hmm.
because he just gave me like 3 2Ks on the Josu the turn before. He
Mm-hmm.
gave me the 2K 1K now. So I knew there couldn't be that many 2Ks left.
Mm-hmm.
And with 1 life and 2 big attackers, and I have a Rush Luffy in hand, I think, I
Mm-hmm.
can threaten lethal next turn and force him a little bit to go for game here.
Mm-hmm.
And then now I have a lot of counters in hand, like a lot of 2Ks. I can probably survive this turn. So
Okay.
that was my idea here.
So
Going
here he
Face.
does have a Red Hawk and he does have a 2K and he has a Moria. So if he wants to, he can Red Hawk your dragon and he can add back a 2K. So his hand would be double 2K, um, double 2K and a brick. Okay, he's going to start with
Yeah.
an 8. So if he does that, then all he needs is a 1K from his life to survive you doing like a dragon. Um, and I do think he's really been through a lot of the bricks in his deck. Like he's so I
Yeah.
feel like maybe that's what
But
I would do here. Um, but he can like
so if
fake going for game first.
yeah, of course. So but when he doesn't have a blocker,
Mm-hmm.
I just need 2 swings to go through. If he red rocks one, I can still swing very big, like 11, 12.
Um. Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
if
yeah.
he red
You'll have 3 swings. You'll have 3 swings. My bad. My bad.
yeah, yeah.
He did. Oh my god, Twitch. All
Yeah,
right, we're back.
we're back.
All right, you're right. You're right. He actually does have to go for game basically because you would have 3 swings. Somehow I convinced myself that you'd only have 2, but that's not the case.
Yeah, if he would red rock 2 swings, but then like not enough counter power,
Mm-hmm.
probably.
Yeah, he wouldn't. Not if you had 3 swings. If you only had 2, um,
Yeah,
it
of
would be
course.
possible.
Then
But
then I need to have like a dragon
mm-hmm.
for the best ratio, second best for the Luffy,
Mm-hmm.
and I can for sure not stall another turn there.
No, for sure not. So you have 1 life. You've leaders skilled. He has 8 Dawn left. I think he's just always supposed to start with an 8 here. I wonder if he has another teach in hand. If he does, there's probably some cute stuff he can do. Oh, he's starting with a 7.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wait.
I also need to
Mm-hmm.
yeah. No, I also always need to consider like the perfume for
Mm-hmm.
4.
For 4, yeah.
Like that's what I'm calculating here. Like, can I take this one and bait him to go for game?
Mm-hmm.
So a perfume would be like 4 for 2 Dawn plus another 4 is 8.
Mm-hmm.
So we can swing for 13. I can still counter this out. So 11 is like no problem with all the 2Ks and even the 0 cost.
Yeah, you had actually so much counter in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of want to see his hand again. I don't think there was a teach in there. I'm like pretty sure there wasn't, but if there was, he could have gone a little bit extra power by playing over his own board. Yeah, there wasn't. Yeah, and he's just dead, obviously. Game 3, let's go.
Game 3. Still 22 minutes on the clock.
Okay, just enough time, I think.
Yeah.
Twitch has the worst web player of all time. I just can't believe I'm skipping forward 10 seconds and it has to buffer. It's just actually unbelievable. It's unbelievable. YouTube had the technology to do this seamlessly fucking 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, there's just no way I'm skipping forward.
It's a blessing.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, so here you're going second.
I'm going second again.
Mm-hmm.
I I have like the Rayleigh and the 10 drop Shanks
Mm-hmm.
and the 2K. And I know on 4 Dawn I'm probably gonna swing big on his Reset Buddy anyways. So
Mm-hmm.
that's like one of the best hands I could wish for,
Mm-hmm.
actually.
Mm.
At
Mm-hmm.
least one 2K and the Rayleigh on curve. Really, really
Is there a
important.
Rayleigh? Oh, there is a Rayleigh. There is a Rayleigh. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Yep.
So pretty happy with the starting hand.
Mm-hmm.
So just need to not eat a pudding and stay healthy when I drop the Rayleigh. That's the game plan here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems pretty good. It seems pretty good. And then JPEGs is going to be thinking about his stack, and I think he has it so that he is drawing he's gonna draw the teach and hit the boa, I believe is what's gonna happen. Unless he decides to play the teach, that's possible. This is game 3, and he hasn't seen any Red Hawks yet, so he might actually choose to...
Yeah.
Nope, he's not choosing to. I was going to say, he might choose to establish the teach just for more pressure. Oh, he's going to bottom deck the next 3. I thought I saw a second boa in there, so I'm a little surprised.
Yeah.
Also, I think JPEGs did not give you an opportunity to leader effect before doing the boa, which is not really how that interaction's supposed to work, but
yeah, I know. It's like it happens so often.
Yeah, it does.
Like,
it does.
It's like the same with Bonnie. Like they swing in Jinbei times, play Jinbei, play out Weevil, draw 1 card, and then I was able to rest something.
Yeah. I've definitely made the mistake myself, so I get where JPEGs is coming from.
It's a very specific case. Like two leaders having an on attack trigger.
Yeah, it feels so weird that like you played a card, but you're not actually like doing it yet. You have to like wait for your opponent. Like that's something that exists a lot in other games, but in One Piece it like never comes up.
Yeah, for sure. And although it's like in the Red Hawk matchup, it's very, very important to wait.
Yes.
If I lose leader ability and if I use it on what character I use it, like you can do some nasty stuff with -1 the law, and then you think about, will he use Red Hawk on me, the law, the teach? Do I need to bounce both maybe? And so it's just. You take the opportunity from you if you just shortcut it without letting me leader ability.
100%. 100%. Yeah. On this channel, we're always big advocates of playing properly. So at home, please make sure you're playing properly. And I have to imagine this is... Oh, he's actually doing the law. I was actually really expecting the Weevil here. But he does get to draw 2 off the law, so fair enough. And maybe he just always expects the Weevil to die anyways. I'm not exactly sure. I'm guessing that's what he's thinking, and he's just trying to create as much advantage as possible. Seems fair enough.
Yeah.
To me, this always feels like a Sengoku, but I think he's considering the Perona. Okay, no, he's not.
Yeah, it's also like he can swing like 7, and I also can leader ability 2k. He can also swing 8 and do 1 damage probably. But this way he can set up the Jozo on 7 pretty cleanly. So that's what he wants to do here.
Yeah, it seems like an extremely reasonable play to me.
Yeah. I mean, with the 5k buddy set line now, it's pretty easy for me to clean up with the 5 cost Luffy or the Yasop. Both works pretty good here.
Yeah, that is my one fear about this play is like, it's just like so easy for you to kill it, but like maybe he's not that bothered by that idea. Like he still gets to like Jozu here, and he still gets to like swing a 7, so you still have to like give him a card. And he can like play the Weevil now, and if he plays the Weevil now, you can't get rid of both the Weevil and the Teach with the Rayleigh. So like this is actually working out like pretty decently for him.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what he was considering before, was like he was fine losing the law on that turn, but he wanted to be able to like make your decision harder on like your Rayleigh turn. If so, like a very heads up play on his side. But you do just have infinite counter, so like it's going to be very hard for him to eventually break through, I think.
And also a lot of 1Ks, which are not that often seen.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think I run more 2Ks than 1Ks in this deck.
Yeah, I believe it. You run what, like 14 2Ks, 16 2Ks?
15, yeah, 15, 15.
Yeah.
15 and a 0 cost. I think it's mandatory in Shanks. Like
Mm-hmm.
every less than that is just unreasonable. At least in this meta.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Shanks loves his 2Ks, so I get it. Okay, so you do decide to pop the teach.
Yeah, this time, yeah, because I still have a swing on 3.
Mm-hmm.
So if they both were standing, I would still probably go for the Weevil because he's still pretty healthy in hand. And this way I can just like kill the Weevil, get 2 cards for the Weevil, and even if he counters out, it's just a 3k body on his turn.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, feeling pretty confident with having 4 life and a tank cost Shanks in hand still, and just essentially the one body who's been able to swing next turn.
Mm-hmm. Does he have?
And the Weevil, yeah.
Does he have 2 2Ks? I only see
he just
one.
Needs a 2k, 1k. He just needs 2k.
Oh yeah, you're right. He just needs a 2K, 1K. I think that this is a pretty easy counter then, in my opinion. But maybe he's mapping out what he expects the swings to be next turn.
Yeah. And then would you, like it's a 3k Weevil then? Would you just let it stand there?
Yeah, I would just let it stand for a turn.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm basically just converting like 2 counter cards in my hand that I'm not going to play anyways into like a Weevil 2 turn on my board 2 turns from now, which is like
got it.
Good enough, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. He keeps drawing these gravity blades. This is the second game in a row where he's drawn 2. I'm wondering if he's playing more than 2 or if he's just gotten a bit unlucky to draw both 2 games in a row versus a deck that it's basically dead verse.
Yeah. So he was playing 2 gravities. 2 gravities, 2 red hawks. So
oh, he's only playing 2 red rocks?
Yeah, 2 red rocks and 2 gravities.
Oh.
And fun fact, which my friends told me later, with his first or second Sengoku Surge in this game, he bottom decked both of his.
Yeah, he did. I did see that he bottom decked 2, but in my mind I was like, oh, there's probably still 2 more.
Yeah. No, he's only playing 2.
Oh yeah, apparently. He's goobed. He's goobed. Like if he doesn't I mean that's also maybe part of the reason why he's making sure to play Sengoku so frequently, not just because it's so good, but maybe he's trying desperately to get back to the red rocks in time.
And only playing 2 red rocks, which are very important in this matchup, you may consider playing Perona first to check. Like that was something I did when I played Doffy back against BY, and I was searching for the tank cost Kaido or Gravity or Jozo. I always checked with Perona first, so that I won't bottom deck like the game-winning pieces.
Yeah, there's definitely been matchups historically where the Perona's a bit more important just because you have to get to those certain pieces. I mean, at the beginning of the game, though, he did literally just have Sengoku, so he didn't really have an option to do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
A little bit of camera jiggle here is a little interesting.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay, so we're back. Going to play Teach. Yeah, I think I think you're like for sure winning this game. I think so much would have to go wrong for you to lose this game at this point. He drew
Yeah,
up.
especially this is his last swing. He has like 2 rested bodies. I keep my Rayleigh,
Mm-hmm.
and the Rush Shanks is waiting on my hand.
Mm-hmm. And he doesn't have a way to remove it. And you're like staying at a very healthy 4.
Yeah, yeah, I was pretty happy like drawing 4 or 5 2Ks this game.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow. And even if he does
So
remove the 10 shanks, you have another one.
yeah, so he starts bleeding
Oh.
out of nowhere here. I was just like something in his face. So we paused here like for 2 minutes and got an extension.
That's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before.
Yeah.
Apparently One Piece is not a no contact sport. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
All right, you delete his
no,
board.
he's
Makes
fine.
sense.
I delete his board.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like 5 he counters and then 8 on 5,
Mhm.
12 on 6.
Mhm.
No way he blocks this.
Nope. Yeah, he's so gooped. Like this
Yeah.
10 drop too is just like makes every single turn it's gonna save you counter. Like
Yeah.
it's so good. This card is so nuts.
It's so nuts into a going wide strategy.
Mhm.
And then how insane would Red Rock be here?
Yeah, like it would be fine. Like the issue is like he red rocks you and then he probably does like 1 or 2 damage.
Yeah.
And he like plays 1 body and then like the next turn you just like drop another one and then you delete his board again and then like he has to have another one, which if he only plays 2, that was just never happening. Like he obviously needs the red rock here, but even if he does have it, I think you're not in the worst spot.
Yeah. Because I'm still at 4 life here. I was pretty happy like countering out all of the swings earlier. But it's like if the Doffy goes first, he's like always winning 7, and if I have my 2Ks, like the Shanks leader ability, like how much counter power did it save me this game? It's insane. Like I played other leaders since then, and it's just like, why do I need to counter the 7 with 2 cards?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It doesn't feel fair. It doesn't feel fair. Why does 7 take 2 card? 7 should only take 1 card.
Yeah, it's a different mindset ever since.
Yeah. I've been playing a lot of GP in the last 2 weeks roughly. So I also enjoy only giving 1 card for a 7 swing.
Yeah. The 6Ks are back.
Turns out being a 6K leader is pretty good.
Yeah, you haven't even witnessed the new gate era.
I haven't. I think I've literally never played versus Whitebeard in tournament.
You lucky guy. It was always a roulette. Does he have the 20k counter power or not?
Yeah, I've heard that Newgate back in the day was able to counter out of some like really disgusting swings.
Yeah. Like no blocker, 0 life, 3 done up, 5 cards in hands, radical, 2k, 2k. Okay, dude.
Okay, dude. Oh.
Whatever. Where's my Hody?
Yeah, so he's so gooped here. You still have a lot of counter in hand too. He only gets 2 swings this turn. I guess he can go 6-7, or actually he's not even gonna do that. I was gonna say 6-7 leader skill after playing double boa, which is actually like low key almost the best turn he could do, I feel like. But he has decided against that for whatever reason. I have actually no idea what he's looking for off the Sengoku, to be honest.
Yeah, so at this point, like boars are my biggest fear because they keep me on not being able to swing to his life, and they stand there just waiting to swing big the next turn.
Mm-hmm.
So these are coming up huge in the late game, the boars.
100%.
If I don't have another Rayleigh or Bagmans or stuff like this.
Oh, my mistake. I said he could go 6-7 with double boa. He could not because you have two 10-drop Shanks on the boards. Yeah, my bad. So never mind. Him playing Sengoku makes a ton of sense. Actually, I'm still not even sure it makes that much sense. I feel like I would have still this is not what I would have done for sure.
Here. I mean, maybe he thinks like, I already played like 22Ks this game. I shouldn't have any more.
Yeah, maybe.
Going for 7 is right, but...
I feel like it's still probably better to just like play 2 boas, swing 8 this turn, hope that I get you down to 1, and I untap with 3 boas and leader. Like...
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe that's too optimistic, to be honest. I kind of feel like regardless of what buttons we press, we're probably goobed. But that would be my initial instinct.
Press the emergency button.
There's no emergency button. There's nothing in the game that removes 2 10 drops. Well, actually, that's not true. Kaido Lin Lin. Yeah, 10 cost Kaido. Yeah, okay. If he had a true board wipe, he could do it, but he does not.
Yeah. So obviously just trying to get at least 1 more damage out here and then finish off the game in the next turn is the only hope. Or the 2 gravities hurt looking at.
Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy that he plays 2 gravity blades and in 3 games he's drawn 5.
Yeah. Bottom deck's the right pieces.
Yeah, very unfortunate from his standpoint. Okay, so he is going to swing 9 here, which will deal the damage. Yeah. I guess this play is pretty reasonable. Yep. I'm not sure I prefer it over the have 3 boas stand. I mean, the problem is the boas are actually just such fake swings, it feels like. When you have 2 10-drop Shanks. Yeah, 2 of them is like so nuts, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe this was
come up very often.
Yeah, maybe this was the correct play, but Jesus, it just feels like you're just dead. Yeah. Like if you're going wide strategy with these 6K bodies and your opponent has -2 on all of them permanently, like,
yes,
I don't know.
Yeah, but still I'm at 1 life. Like he's at 4 life and 6 cards in hand. Like it's hard for me to go for life here, especially when he has the blocker up. So I still need to clear the board here.
Yeah.
So it's not like he has a standing character. He can just attack 2 times huge next turn. So that's when the Rayleigh comes in clutch. And Aaron, I saw the recording. Aaron was like, Judge, the Rayleigh is not in effect. They're just like 2 4K bodies on the field.
It's original power, right?
Doing? Yeah, it's original power, and they all just can't read. But it's like, it's so... They started with the original power very late. Like original power, original cost, so they probably aren't used to it. But he would be so bad if it wasn't the original power.
Yeah.
Even though the condition is not the easiest, and then not being original power in a deck that's
minuses.
So the power. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But he's very important here to buy me an extra turn, because I know he's playing the gravities, but he still needs to invest 7 Dawn, and with his characters being crippled this much, he won't deal that much damage. So I'm setting up the 2-turn lethal here with 2 bodies, get an extra swing in.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
And obviously takes the 12Ks.
Yeah.
So, and I still, like, I didn't play around the gravity here because I wanted to obviously clear the 2 rested bodies before swinging because he has like such a huge hand size. You just took the first ones and maybe countered out of the next ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I still wanted to have the rally effect, so I played a bit into it. Just
Mm-hmm.
because even if the gravity blade would have triggered, I could still survive. It was
Yeah.
just not game losing.
Yeah.
So
And like
I
if he
took the
goes,
semi-risk.
if he triggers the gravity blade and then goes all in, you kill him the following turn anyways. Like you survive, he doesn't survive, you win the game. Like
Yes, exactly.
if he triggers the gravity blade, it actually just makes the game simpler. Like the game just ends immediately.
Yeah.
So it's like not even the worst thing ever. Like you're winning the game regardless of if he triggers it or not. But if he does trigger it, the game ends sooner. So
Yeah. Yeah, so now interesting, we hit overtime.
Mhm.
So it's just 10 minutes now, or the 4 turns with
Okay, we're back. All right, what were you saying? So sorry.
um about the game or
Yeah, about the game. Yeah, my apologies.
no, about the gravity.
Mm-hmm.
Gravity trigger,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not too bad. But here interesting, he plays the Kaya. So that's just first time playing it, fishing
Mm-hmm.
for I don't even know what, but
Probably
I
counter.
guess he's just probably counter because he's setting up for his next. Ah, no, we were about the overtime. Now I remember.
Mm-hmm.
So four turns left, and he's on turn 0.
Mm-hmm.
So he has 2 turns left. I have 2 turns. So this is his
Turn 0.
second to last attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just trying to survive here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did too. So he has 1 attack. I obviously don't want to go to 0 here. He swings 8. Need to give him still 2 cards. 2k, 1k, pretty easy. And now with him passing the turn, I know he has just 1 turn left to kill me. We're good in time. Like we have 8 minutes. We need to play on pace now. So I know the game is gonna end, not in an overtime.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need to make sure I don't die next turn. So, and here's something that comes up. I played against him. I said it in the Swiss, and I lost because of a misplay I did in exact this scenario.
Oh,
So
really?
in Swiss,
Mm-hmm.
like there was no 10 cost on my side. In Swiss, he had 2 active characters,
Mm-hmm.
and I rallied and I left the one active standing as Sengoku with 2k without reducing,
Mm-hmm.
and he could swing 8 and 9 to kill me.
Oh, wow.
So this time I knew I could kill the rested anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to kill the boar and reduce the teach enough. So he needs to put all his stone under it, and he can just swing 6 and 7s. Because I now I can counter it out. So I know the boar is at 4 already, so I just need the -2 to KO it with a rally. And the teach, unlike the cost, the power can be reduced below 0.
Mm-hmm.
So the teach is now at -2000 because of the 10 cost.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I think you
my
end up
streams are a little bit
accidentally
off
killing
here.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not even trying to
Yeah.
kill him, but he still dies.
Nah, just barely, like all the 1Ks, and he just can barely survive with 30k.
Oh, he was able to survive, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
That's
All
crazy,
of his
actually.
hands.
And now he has to go for a game with a -1 character. That's crazy.
Yeah, so -2000 and 5k without perfume.
Yeah.
Swing 6 and 7, so 8 on under him and 6 and 7. And even with perfume, I think I can survive because I can get an 8k. I can get a 7k out with 2 1ks.
Yeah, in that situation, he can only go 7-8, so you can counter out of the 7.
Yeah.
He's really mulling it over. Oh. Yeah, I would tell him at this point, hey man, you can take as long as you want. Take a, you can think about it as long as
Connection
you want.
off. Oh, no, I'm back. Was it my
Oh,
connection?
oh, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think I was off.
Oh,
Yeah, so he needs to go for game,
mm-hmm.
and
And it
of course I
didn't
can
work,
cut out the
obviously.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. So that's you won top 4, on to the finals. Hype, let's go.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts as we wrap up this top 4 video?
Yeah, so I think a pretty close game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's interesting because we were on the top 4
Mm-hmm.
and we were chatting with the judges about yeah, why is Shanks I understand why Shanks is never on the stream, and
Mm-hmm.
he said like Shanks is the games are, of course it's the most represented deck and the games go so fast. And I was like, dude, I played like the Doffies, the longest games. It
Mm-hmm.
always comes down to the last card you're gonna see. And he was not disappointed. Like we played like an hour and 5 minutes, like an absolute thriller back and forth, 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, shoutouts to my opponent. He played really well, I think.
Yeah, I think he did too. Honestly, even like seeing all the private knowledge, it looked like he played a super clean game.
Yeah, it was just like the right cards in the last game. Him bottom decking all the red rocks was unlucky.
100%.
Yeah, I got there eventually.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me on this. If you guys want to watch the finals, me and Mauzio will be watching that. And I appreciate you all so much for watching. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.